Okay, we're going to look at some more angle properties now. Particularly, we're going to look at angle properties of triangles. So the first one is in any triangle, those interior angles, x, y, and z, will always add up to 180 degrees. Oops. So x plus y plus z equals 180 degrees. And just make sure that doesn't look like a 2. Okay, and we can say that's the angle sum of a triangle equals 180 degrees. Again, with our shorthand, angle sum triangle equals 180 degrees. So that was our first one. Okay, now our second one, this is quite commonly known, that if I have an equilateral triangle, so all three sides are the same length, then the angles x, y, and z will all be the same. So we say this angles in an equilateral triangle and remember, equilateral means all the sides are the same length, equals 60 degrees. And really that's an angle, not just the angles, each of these angles. So x and y and z are all equal to 60 degrees. And we've got some shorthand here, angle in equilateral triangle equals 60 degrees. Let's go for a third one. Bit similar to the equilateral triangle, but if I have an isosceles triangle, so two sides are the same length, we talk about the base angles of an isosceles triangle. So here we could have the angles, let's call them A and B this time. They're the base angles. So I've got my two sides of the same length, which makes an isosceles triangle, and these two base angles here are equal. The base angles of an isosceles triangle are equal. Again, our shorthand, base angles isosceles triangle are equal. And it's worth remembering that it doesn't have to be orientated this way with A and B at the bottom. Here's another isosceles triangle, and these two angles are the same. Here's a third one, and these two here would be the same. So base doesn't mean at the bottom. Okay, the final one we're going to have, number 4, so if I've got a triangle like this, I can talk about the exterior angle of a triangle. So the exterior angle of the triangle, let's make it this one here. I just continue one side out, and this angle in here is going to be equal to the sum of these two here, A plus B. Okay, so we say that the exterior angle of a triangle equals the sum of the opposite two interior angles. And in our shorthand, the exterior angle triangle. Okay. Now, why does it equal the sum of these two? Why is this equal to the sum of these two? Well, these three here make 180 degrees by our first one, and if you can remember from our earlier video, these two here, that's on a straight line, so that's going to make it 180 degrees. So this plus this here is 180 degrees, and this plus these two is 180 degrees. So this must be equal to these two. It's also important to note that by an exterior angle, we don't mean the external angle. So my triangle, all of this would be my external angle. The exterior angle is projecting one side straight.